What's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of the short movie is What If Naruto Wanted to Be Alone? And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It's kind of an inspiration from a manga, well the name I kind of forgot, and well, the name of the main character is, the only thing that I can give is Makoto, because yeah, he has went throughout a lot of betrayals from his own family, friends and everyone around him, labeling him as many bad things. You can check it out online, try to find it I guess. Anyways, do let me know if you find it in the comments. Anyways, moving onwards, today's theme is kind of betrayal as well as banishment and neglected and so on and so on, so it's kind of a depressing side story. Anyways, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins 18 years after the Kaguya attack in Blood Prison, as we go towards the said prison in which the most dangerous of the whole elemental nation was sent within the Rice country, as they had a seal placed on their body so that they could no longer use chakra, and the seal was special. While also locking their chakra away, it has a use. It would burn the skin of the inmate if he tried to escape or disobey. As now we go towards the deepest, darkest corners in which not even the lights of the sun reached, and air by minimum effort reached. As now we see in the farthest of alleyway was located a cell in which was 17-year-old Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, thrown in there because of false allegations. As now we see his door cell opened, as his eyes squinted because of the light that fell upon them after such a long time. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, inmate number 101, you are freed. You're getting bailed out. Freed? Bailed out? No time for explanation. Get up and start walking towards the cell door. I know. As Naruto got up, his hands were handcuffed and so were his feet, in chains and shackles, as he was brought into a room. After giving a proper bath and him given his clothes, or some pair of clothes, since he was, well, outgrowing his clothes that were there once he was brought in, he was placed in a room in which some people were brought in later on. As he didn't look up, his eyes were closed because they were still hurting for being locked away in the dark too much, as he heard a familiar voice. The voice of his older sister, Mito. Naruto-kun, we are here to take you back home. We are sorry, brother, said another voice. It was his oldest sibling, his brother, Menma. As then he heard a sobbing sound. It was their mother, Kushina Uzumaki. Sanai, we are so sorry, we did not knew. Look at my boy Minato, what did you do to him? He's so thin. And as Minato, looking at his son, didn't speak, just sighed. Son, So it seems you have finally found out what happened. Yes. As Naruto then sat down there, opening his eyes, as his blue eyes fell upon them. Even it hurted him a bit, but he was okay. What do you want from me now, after all these years of me being here? Naruto, we're sorry. Sorry it just doesn't cut out, Menma. 3 years is a long time for being, well, convicted and sent here for the crimes you did not commit. And not only that, you took the word of others without any proof or listening to my side, even while Jiraiya begged you to. Talking about him, where is he? He died in the Akatsuki attack. Only after the Akatsuki was killed, we found out what happened, Naruto. What has been happening? Seems like we were placed under a genjutsu. Genjutsu. Don't label it as a genjutsu. I know what a genjutsu is or not. And besides, you two are Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Yoko. Are you not? How in the hell was it possible for you to fall a victim to a Mizi genjutsu? As both of his siblings flinched, as Naruto then looked at them. Listen to me and listen to me clearly. I want nothing to do with you. If you want to throw me back, I'm fine. It has been the most peaceful 3 years. I have come to peace with myself. I don't want revenge on you, not like I can get it. Obviously, you are the child of prophecy and all that bullshit. So yeah, even if I try, in the end I will fail. Regardless, all I can do is just move on with my life. And I don't want you all to be a part of it. Son, can you not? No. Not after what happened. I'm sorry, but I can't. As all of them look down, as now we see Minato said, we'll bring him back to the village, please. Don't you understand? There are procedures that are needed to be done before you leave. If that is what you wish. Minato, he can't leave just like this. And why can't I? I'm not a shinobi of your village. Last time I checked, you took away my headband and threw me out of your own clan. Because of a detestful being and a bastard I was. You didn't even wanted me as your son. I was just the third wheeler, remember? As Kushina was hurt as she began to cry, each word was a stab to her heart, but in the end, these stab wounds were her own words that might have stabbed at one point her baby boy's heart. As Naruto then looked at his siblings who were looking at him. What? Gonna beat me because I speak the truth? I thought you stood by the truth. Isn't that right, Mitone-san? Or should I say, Menmani-san? As Naruto looked at both of them as they looked down. We are sorry, Naruto. Listen, don't give me this sorry bullshit, okay? I just want to be left alone. Is that too hard to ask? And that paperwork, can it not be done here? I don't wish to go back to the cesspool you call village. Naruto, that village was where you were born. The only person I cared about was Jiraiya. Now that he is gone, that village is nothing more than a cesspool to me. So I'll refer it to as such. Not like I have any ties to that village. It's just a barren land to me, filled with cockroaches and maggots and betrayers, snakes, said Naruto. As now we see Naruto getting up and beginning to move back as he was stopped by the guard. Here, Hokage-sama, this is the key to his seal. You can only unlock it once you return safely back to the village. Most of the inmates, once freed, they don't tend to cooperate. But you have to. What? Why? Why should I listen to them? After all that bullshit that I have been put through all my life. Can I not have at least peace on my own? Can I not be alone after all you done is to try to make me isolated? Now that I wish to be, why is it that hard for you to realize that I don't want you all in my life? Said Naruto as he beginning to become more aggressive and walked towards them. Minato activated the seal as Naruto fell to the ground, deeply in pain as the seal was burning into his skin. As with the pain so immense, he passed out, since his chakra was blocked. Why did you do that, Minato? I had no other choice. He needs to calm down. I get it that we expected this. Kushina, you know that, right? I guess so. As now we see, the family with unconscious Naruto in tow brought him back. As Naruto opened his eyes next time inside his own room. As instead of feeling any kind of feelings or nostalgic, he felt dread, as well as snarl on his face. They brought me back. As Naruto looked around, trying to find a way out, but all he saw that his windows had seals on them, and so did his door, that can only be unlocked from the other side. What? What the hell? As that is when he heard footsteps. As Naruto hid behind the door, as soon as the door opened, he slammed the door on the face of the one who opened it, only to find that there stood a man still there. He had black hair, jet black, and he was not alone. Behind him was a girl with black hair similar to him. This was his best friend at one time, Sasuke Uchiha, and behind him was his twin sister, and at one time his, lover or friend. Satsuki Uchiha. Sasuke, what do you want? I just wanted to meet you, Naruto. 3 years was enough time for you to come and meet. Why now? As Naruto said sarcastically. Naruto, please, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not. I don't wish to meet you. I didn't wish any of this to happen. Naruto, please, just try to... I don't need to understand. Except for one thing that I did long ago, before I was sent from here. You all are snakes. You would believe anything that is thrown on your face without proper proof. Thanks, but no. I have learned to close off my heart to the people like you. I made the mistake once, maybe 3 times more, but never again, said Naruto as he bumped his shoulder next to him and moved past him. As now we see Naruto reaching for the door until the seal activated, freezing his body. I erased the pain, but now your body will be paralyzed if you try to leave, Naruto. What? Why are you doing this? Can you not leave me alone, for God's sake? I just want to leave. Isn't that what you wanted? Said Naruto, as he was trying his best, putting all his will, trying to move his finger, but he couldn't, thanks to that goddamn seal. As Sasuke and Satsuki came down, as Sasuke then said, "Please, Naruto, stop it. Don't you dare call me that. You're nothing to me, all of you. You're nothing to me than bad memories that I have erased, pages of the book that I have ripped out of my life. Just let me be myself and leave. Why are you holding me back now?" As having heard enough, Naruto was injected in the neck by something as Naruto looked to the other side to find men. What the hell did you? As Naruto was knocked out unconscious. Seems like he has we have no choice but to do this. Do what? To seal away his memories. You can, but what if they surface? We'll do them again, said Minato. As after that we see, a few hours later, Naruto woke up, as his friends were there. Hey guys, wow, I had a weird dream that something happened, like, something really bad, and I was framed and then sent to the blood prison. Kind of a weird dream. Don't you think, Nissan? As both of his siblings then smiled happily that Naruto found it odd. Yes, I guess it is kind of an odd dream. As everyone began to laugh, as Naruto didn't thought any of it. He thought that maybe they were laughing, but he knew deep down something was off. As time began to pass by, as only a few weeks passed, as something happened. As Naruto was in the middle of the date with his girlfriend Satsuki. As soon as they were about to kiss under the moonlight in the park, Naruto had flashes of his memories. As now we have a flashback where we see a 5-year-old Naruto with Kiba, as Kiba was his first friend at the time, who, alongside with Akamaru, did a lot of pranks with him. As Kiba was the one who was the mastermind behind the pranks, and he just followed his lead. That is until, one of their pranks got wrong, which was Kiba's idea, as half of the market district got burned down from one side, as Naruto was in the end framed. But Naruto then closed himself off, as not even his family or parents believed in him. As after that, Naruto realized that another flash came to him, where he saw that his parents didn't treat him nicely. They even ignored him and didn't listen to any of his requests because they thought of him as a troublemaker. His siblings used him as the scapegoat for all their mess and trouble as they caused. And one time, even their mother's favorite pet, rabbit, was killed by a target practice of Menma and Mito, and Naruto was framed. And as a result, their mother beated him to the point that he was near brink to death, and she left him there to reminisce the pain that she has been suffering. As after that, Naruto had other memories, such as his father, who was so angry at him that he was close to literally using Rasengan on him, as Naruto was, for the first time after the punishment from his mother, close to dying. As next was, some more bad memories of how his best friend Sasuke didn't always used him by manipulating him. And not only that, this girl he was dating, she was the biggest of the manipulators of all, as Naruto was never even her boyfriend to begin with. These were the fake memories that she instilled. He was actually dating Hinata, and Hinata, she she was cheating on him with Kiba when they reached at the age of 14. As Naruto began to have different memories and visions, as Naruto suddenly realizes the genjutsu was broken, the seals were erased. As Naruto then said, coming to the present, "Get away from me." As Satsuki was taken aback, What do you mean, Naruto-kun? I thought we were having a good time." "Good time? After what you did? No, I have enough of you, selfless bitch. Get the fuck away from me." As Naruto dashed away, he knew he couldn't go home. He had nowhere to run. But that is when it hit him. Itachi has shown him some hideouts that he and only he used. So he went into one of them. As after arriving there, he found out the map, surprisingly, and some of the rations there. And Uchiha's old hideout. Thank you, Itachi, for telling me about this. As Naruto locked the door and used the seals that were there, as Naruto at that moment realized they might know where he is, so he took off his clothes to begin to check for seals, and that is when he looked into the mirror, looking at his back to see there was a huge amount of seals placed there. As Naruto now knew what he had to do. He took object there and tried to remove it, and some of them were even destroyed by a shard of glass ripping through his skin, while the others he removed with hands. After enduring some bit of pain, Naruto tied a piece of cloth as a bandage and put it on his clothes as well. Now he knew that he had to lay low, but he had to escape from here as well, because any moment now Minato and his squadron will be barging through the door, because they now might have realized that he might have regained his memories. As Naruto, looking for an outway, as the door began to pound and bang, found it, as one tile was in the middle of the room on the floor was quite odd and out of the place. As Naruto picked it up only to find a tunnel, as Naruto hid in it, as soon as the door opened, the tile slipped back into the place, as underneath the tile was a latch that placed it completely where it should have been, as evening the floor out. As now we see Naruto could hear Minato say, "Search for him, he should have been here." As Naruto heard that Minato was talking to someone. "Talk, how did this happen?" "We were on a date and everything was going smoothly until..." As Sasuke slapped her on the face. "You idiot! After all the mess we have got him back, and now you couldn't do anything, just sit back and watch?" "I'm sorry, Nisan, I tried. We have wronged him again and again. Tojan, don't you think we should just let him be?" "What do you mean by that?" "Menma, you know that it is important for us to have him here, right? He is an important family member. He is the child of prophecy. We need to care for him so that he thinks we are his family, so that not only we can have our son back, but also have the prophecy fulfilled in which he and Satsuki's child will bring forth the peace and make Konoha great again, and our clan as well." And that is when Naruto realized the true game. Even if those were fake memories that they instilled, Naruto was still shedding tears. These people were his parents, real parents and siblings and all his friends. What could he expect from them? Once a snake, always a snake. As Naruto began to leave from that place, vowing that he would never see any of their faces ever again. As Naruto, at the end of the tunnel, found a way, all the way out of the land of fire, and once arriving there, he looked behind, as he spit it down on the floor. "I hope you burn in hell, Konoha. No, whole elemental nations." As Naruto began to make his journey away from the elemental nations, village after village, using all of his money that he had on him, he arrived into the Sunflower Village. That was the most farthest and unknown village, so unknown that not even placed on the map, there was just woods there. As Naruto, after dyeing his hair completely brown and using eye contacts which were green, and using makeups to hide his scars on the face, to now begin to blend there and begin to work there normally. But that was the extent of it, because there was still one seal that Naruto had not seen, the seal that was placed on to him by Jiraiya, his well, only an only adult who ever gave a damn about him. As now we see, back in Konoha, after searching for Naruto for months, they couldn't find him, and the prophecy needed to fulfill, and they needed Naruto here, more than ever now. And not because of the prophecy alone, because Minato, Kushina, and everyone in his life felt guilty of what they have done. But they still didn't talk about the reason why Naruto was thrown to the blood prison. It was because of Sakura. Sakura, the treacherous bitch. A sociopath of a fangirl of Sasuke, who just to get his attention framed Naruto that he was a sociopath. Who, well, tried to assault her. And everyone was turned against him. She, with the help of Ino, planted fake evidence that all led that it was Naruto who did this. No one believed in him, and he was thrown and casted aside because he was no longer needed. Because, well, the child of prophecy were supposed to be Man Mito. Or at least that is what everyone believed. Until, before Jiraiya's death, the true prophecy was revealed to them. After defeating, well, the Akatsuki. That the Akatsuki was never the true threat. The true threat was Kaguya Otsutsuki and her being Shinju, not Zetsu. Zetsu was her first line of defense, but not primary. The primary was Shinju, who has recovered and will be returning soon. And once he appears, only one soldier, who is born from the previous child of prophecy, will be the one who will defeat them, because he will be the reincarnation of the sage. As they knew that Menma and Mito were the child of prophecy, but once presented to them, they found out they never were the children of prophecy, and the prophecy being fulfilled, well, it never did, because Naruto was thrown away into the blood prison, and it was his siblings who were doing his work actually. So, while both of his siblings were quite disheartened they weren't the child of prophecy, they were quite shocked to find out that Naruto was. But he was a troublemaker, and only soon after they found out, thanks to Ino's dad, looking into her memories after she fell down and were in coma, what she and Sakura has done, and he confessed everything to Minato and the council, as the whole council was shocked. And once Sakura was confronted, Sasuke broke off with her, and everyone now shunned her because she was the one who caused all of this mess. They all blamed her, not ignoring the fact that they were the ones first who have caused enough mess. As now we go towards the present in Konoha, as Sasuke then said, I can't believe all this mess started because of that bitch and her infatuation because of me. Nissan, we will get him back. I'm not gonna let him escape again, said Satsuki as her eyes glowed, as there were now Mangekyo Sharingan burning in them. I'm not gonna let him escape me again. He is mine. In this life, in any life. Screw Kaguya or the prophecy. I only want Naruto to be with me and me alone. That will happen only if we get to him first. Oh, we will, said Mito. But Mito-chan, it's not gonna be that easy. It will be, you don't have to worry about that, Sasuke. We will find him together. He is my brother. And I think we might have find a way. Isn't that right, Menma, Nissan? Yeah. It's time we bring back the Uzumaki Namikaze siblings back for good. He is one of us, and an Uzumaki never leaves one behind. Even if we did him wrong, it is time we right our wrongs, because one can always do that. Yeah, everyone said. As now we see, in the council chambers, another meeting was going on. Why did the child escape? You had no control over him, even after the seals. You let him roam free. You shouldn't have let him do that. My apologies. We would make sure that he don't escape the next time. Once he's brought back, he'll be placed in a containment cell, and that will be a makeshift home, like a room. And even if we have to cut a few limbs, it will be okay to make sure that he stays, because otherwise he's not gonna stay here. His chakra will be completely sealed off as well, said Kushina, as Minato and everyone else was horrified. Kushina, as they all looked at her, as Kushina had lost all her sanity. Uzumakis never leave one behind. I am a good mother, and like any good mother, I will I will have my youngest baby boy back soon. Yes, he cannot live without his mother. He needs his mother and family. We will get him back, Minato, right? She said, looking at him like a sociopath, as Minato for the first time was scared. Scared for his son's life. Yes, Kushina, we will. Then let's do it. Do what? Revive Jiraiya. Only he can tell where Naruto is, since he and Naruto were the ones who were close. It's not that simple. His body is, well, we don't know. We never recovered it. It's MIA. Then find him! He couldn't have been disappeared from the face of the earth, said Kushina, as everyone in the council room was scared of her. As at that moment, Minato as well then said, Kushina, we will. You better. As she then walked out, this is not good, Minato, said Hiyashi. What are we gonna do? She's lost each and every bit of her sanity, said Inoichi. Minato, you have to bind her. If anything, she's the one who needs to be tied down. Because Naruto, God forbid if that innocent child that has suffered enough is found, God knows what might happen. But yeah, suffered because of us. I don't think the prophecy is worth it. Worth it at all. As while this was going on in Konoha, on the other side we see in Moon, Kaguya used her plan as she was reincarnated in the form of an infant child. As she found herself aware in the body of a child in woods, as unfortunately she couldn't use her powers since she was in her infant form, which will take more than a few years for her to grow up. As now we see, she for the first time found herself in a pinch now. Another pinch. And that was wolves. Herds of wolves coming towards her. Thankfully, all of them dropped dead, thanks to an axe chopping off their head. As then she saw a brown-haired man with green eyes picking her up. Well, what do we have here? An odd-looking child. What are you doing here in the woods? As that is when Naruto noticed that no one was nearby. Seems like you were abandoned because of your looks, huh? As Kaguya was quite confused, but she knew that at the time that she need to stay here to be safe. But what she did not knew was that what was going to happen, as Naruto at the time adopted her, naming her Neko, since, well, she was like a cat who has 9 lives since she was saved by him while commencing her second life, as Naruto joked about it. Obviously Kaguya didn't like that name, but well, Naruto named her as such, so this was going to be her name for the time being since she had to act. As now we see, time began to pass as Naruto, as civilian and a single father, began to raise her. And the Sunflower Village, well, they were kind of a kind bunch. A group of people who were, well, turned out to be outcast and the ones who were betrayed. Naming it a Sunflower Village was because one of them was kind-hearted soul and blind man who named it as such, a village of hope for those who have lost it all in humanity, and the place they called elemental nations. As this village was cut off and they rather not be found, as this was the most perfect place for Naruto, who now has revealed his true name to everyone, and, well, his adoptive daughter named Neko. As a few years have passed, as Neko, or Kaguya, has now grown up into a 5-year-old little girl wearing a yukata and, well, wooden sandals. As she had white, pale skin, white eyes like that of a Hyuga, and white hair. But the distinctive feature was 2 horns that were small within her head. As she still acted like a little girl, but she knew who she was. She was Kaguya Otsutsuki, and she still was manipulating and using her chakra. Her mission was to, well, at least gain enough power so that she could, well, leave this place and once and for all, and then take her power back by destroying the elemental nation. But there was something tugging her heart now, and that was Naruto, her father figure. As now we see, one day while Kaguya or Neko was meditating at the age of 5 in the woods, she had a vision of her real father. Your goal as a princess, Kaguya, is to destroy and demolish planets and take their vital life source and enjoy it as your own. But don't you dare try to go against me. because like you I have many other children who tried to, and they ended up as my food, said the Otsutsuki god himself. I wouldn't dare, father. Then go and be on your way. As on the other side she compared him to Naruto, who have raised her for the 4 years unknowingly as his daughter in the most loving and precious way, giving his, well, hope and love all to her. As that is when she couldn't decide for the first time, as her eyes opened, and to her surprise she was shedding tears. Why? As she thought to herself, why all of a sudden now? I thought I, as an Otsutsuki, was doing all this right. But that man, the king, he was never a good father. Never to me. And the soul who has suffered so much, who found me at the time of need, took me in when nobody would have even bothered to because of how I looked. Why can I not betray him? As that is when Naruto, unknowing to her, arrived there. As he then said, Neko-chan, did something happen to you? Are you hurt? Said Naruto, as after checking her with worried parental expression, he hugged her close. Thank God you're okay. Wait, is your stomach hurt? Don't worry, your Toho-chan will cook something good for you. As Kaguya then smiled, deciding her new life. She will not be bound by the rules. She will live as her life as she wants. Unknown to her, the Otsutsuki god was already watching over his children, and for the first time, he was happy that at least one of his children actually didn't betray him, even though she deviated from her path. But he was happy that he was the one who was supreme in power, because that is all he cared about. On the other side, he let Kaguya please with whatever she wanted to do. As now we go back to, well, Naruto, who was now coming back to their home. And that is until they were ambushed. And Naruto was knocked out. As Kaguya too was knocked out then. As now we see a few people wearing all black was standing there. As one of them then said, target secured. Now we're heading back to Konoha as planned. As that is when Kaguya's eyes opened, as her Byakugan was activated, and not only that, her third eye as well. Don't you dare touch my father, she said, as suddenly huge amount of gust of wind began to blow, throwing them all away, as huge amount of forest was destroyed as well, as Naruto stirred awake because of the commotion, as he dashed towards his daughter. Kaguya, Neko-chan, we have to get away from here. As now we see Naruto grabbing her, dashed away, ignoring the veins that were popping in her eyes, as well as the third eye that closed instantly. As Naruto did a double take. Wait, what happened? Your eyes? What do you mean, Toho-chan? Who are those people? Anyway, I don't know. But we have to warn the others. As once Naruto arrived back, they found out that the whole village was destroyed. As Naruto hit Neko's eyes. What the hell happened here? As that is when he saw someone who was close to him, with a blade in his hand that was covered in blood. Jiraiya? He said as Jiraiya turned towards him. As Naruto was horrified at what he saw. As Jiraiya's face had huge cracks over him and his eyes were black. Complete black. It's good to see you, kid. As Jiraiya charged towards him, only for a force field to appear around Naruto as Naruto closed his eyes. As the sword was still grinding in his... Naruto, I can't stop my body. Who did this to you? It's your mother. She has gone crazy, Naruto. You have to get away from here. As now we see Naruto then was confused. How is this happening? You have to get away, kid. Get away from me. I have no control over my body. Get away somewhere safe. Somewhere that even I don't know. Jiraiya, I know. I missed you too, kid. Now go, get out of here. I can't hold on, said Jiraiya. As now we see Naruto begin to dash away. As now we see the others who were thrown away then arrived. Have you seen where he has gone, Jiraiya? No, I don't know. You're lying, Jiraiya. Tell us where he has gone, said Satsuki. I'm not lying to you, Satsuki. You destroyed the village, good. They were all those who have abandoned and deserted their village, a bunch of deserters and traitors. As now we see, Jiraiya then said with a sigh, no, They were people happy that they have found a home that you took away. May Kami have retribution on all of you for what you have done. As on the other side, now we see Naruto was running away from them, and that is until he bumped into the worst enemy he could ever faced, his sociopathic mother. Naruto-chan, where are you going? Why are you leaving us? Again. Kushina, don't call me that. I'm your mother. Right. As a mother, it is my task to make you listen and make sure you behave. So, be prepared, Naruto-chan. It might hurt, but it will pass soon. Your Kajan will be there with you during the process. As she brought out a saw and began to march towards Naruto. As Naruto, with bare minimum shinobi training, tried to avoid, but a mature Konoichi like Kushina easily overtook him and, well, was beating him. That is until Naruto dropped something from that he was clutching next to his chest. A 4-year-old child. Who is she? As that is when Neko then said, "Tochan, what is going on? You had a child. But you're so young. How dare you? You'll be punished for this. But before that, I must erase this sin of yours." "No! Don't you dare!" But without listening, she decided to stab Neko, but something happened. Naruto jumped in between as he was stabbed straight throughout the chest. As Kushina was shocked. "No! Naruto! What have I done?" As on the other side, Naruto, with a tired smile and worried expression, looked at his daughter. "Neko-chan, I guess this is your third life, huh? You really are a cat. But, anyways, are you okay?" As, for the first time, Kaguya cried again. As this time, she was crying because she has lost someone, her precious father. As that is when she released her true form, as Naruto's eyes dulled. As Kaguya then in her original form returned and appeared, as Kushina and everyone else froze as they sensed her huge amount of power, and even the Bijus were scared now, as the whole earth itself was shaking because of the rage that the rabbit goddess was feeling. As now we see Kaguya in her prime and power release Shinju, as she then said with a hand seal, "Rise, Shinju, and do your job. Destroy these people." As the destruction was commenced in the elemental nation, as because of the heart was stripped out of the earth, as a huge monster rose from the ground, a darker version of Shinju. As the 10-tailed was much more larger than the one they faced against Akatsuki, and was much more powerful. As the destruction commenced, we see that Kushina was grabbed by the neck, and her literal face was ripped apart with other hand of Kaguya, as she ripped out her face, exposing her skull and her innards, as she squeezed her brain, destroying it, because this was the brain that even thought of hurting her father. As next she moved towards her children, and she butchered everyone down. As now we see, with a single swipe of her finger, everyone's soul was eradicated. And once everyone was done, she was not satisfied with Kushina's death, so she trapped her inside, more like her soul inside a torture chamber, alongside those all who have harmed her father, because she, as the rabbit goddess, has watched over all elemental nations and knew what has been going on. As now we see, each and every one of them was suffering. Most of them all was Kushina and Sakura, and Mito and his family. As now we see, as this was going on, no human remain was left alive. As Kaguya, arriving back at the Sun Village to find that it was destroyed, reverted everything back with her powers, and then revived everyone who died there. And not only them, she revived her father, and returned back to her normal self. As Naruto woke up, gasping, as he then looked down to see that his daughter was looking at him worried. "Tochan, what happened?" "Neko, you're okay. We're at home. You were having a nightmare, weren't you not?" said Neko, as Naruto then sighed. "I guess I was. Well, I guess let's head out and have some fun with the villagers and do some work. You're gonna help me do some chores, right?" "Yes." as unknown to Naruto and the Sunflower Village, which was revived. Everyone else, well, they all died and perished, and their protector Shinju watched them all from the shadows as the huge genjutsu was casted upon them and their piece of land in which they lived and nearby, so that even if someone was alive, they could never come across or even touch their barrier and their paradise that they have built, because this was a place which was their haven for people like Naruto and her. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!